Hang on. Sorry, if you could not see the screen, you should be able to should be able to now. Sorry about that, guys. Uh, if anyone can't see the screen, let me know. But we should be good to go now. Okay, so you didn't miss anything on the screen. It basically has been on this screen while I was talking for the first 2 minutes. So we're going to create a store-wide sale. This might be something you guys want to do for Black Friday. Just put the entire store on sale. Here's how it goes. I'm going to give it a name. So I'm going to call this one store-wide. And this is an internal name, just so you know, customers won't see this name anywhere. That's just for your reference. You're going to see later on, you can have multiple sales in your sale kind of catalog or bank that you can run. You can pause. You can run them later. So if I create a store-wide sale right now, I want to run it on Black Friday, and then I want to stop it at the end of Black Friday, and maybe I want to run it again on Cyber Monday. You can reuse sales over and over. So you want to give it some type of appropriate name here so you know what it is. Okay. The next thing you can do is choose whether or not you want to give it a date range. I'm going to leave it off for now, so there's no date range on this sale. But we're going to set one up with a date range later, but this one just isn't going to have one. The next thing I'm going to do is choose if I want to, we call it rounding the cents. It's not technically rounding, but basically, if I want my products on sale to end in a certain cent amount, I can enter that here. So if I want everything on sale to end in 77 cents, I can enter that here. When I said it's not really rounding, what it does is it replaces the cents. So for example, if a product ends up being, let's say I have it set to round to 77 cents, and a product ends up being $10.02, it's going to go to 1077, not to 977. So it replaces the cents. It doesn't round. So just a kind of a heads up there. Okay, and now all I got to do is I'm going to make this a 10% store-wide discount. So I'm going to enter 10%, and I can choose whether I want it to be percentage or dollars, but in this case, we're going to do percent. And then the next thing I do is select products. Now, if I'm going to do a store-wide sale, all I got to do is hit the select all results button with no filters selected up here. So basically, I'm going to pop open this product selector. I'm not going to touch anything, and I'm just going to hit select all products. That selects my entire store. That's it. That's all I have to do. I'm going to click create, and I'm done. Now, one key thing to note is that sale is not instantly live on my store. It puts it in my sale bank, and I can start and stop it anytime I want. Sorry. So I see it sitting right here. Now, if I want to actually turn it on, I have to click the play button. And as silly as that sounds, every year people set up their sales and they set them up and they walk away and they think they're done and they forget to click play, and the sale's never actually live on the store. So when you click play, what the app does is it actually runs through your store and updates the prices of every single product in your store. Now, this can take a bit of time depending on how many products you have. And I'm going to get into this a little bit later, but we always recommend that people do a dry run or a test sale just to see how long your store takes. It varies. We can't give a solid number on, 1,000 products takes 5 minutes or something like that, because it depends on how many variants a product has. But there's only so many updates an app is allowed to do per minute through the Shopify API. I won't get too technical, but basically it's throttled for your store's protection so that apps can't use the API on your store and basically take your store down. So there is a throttling limit on there. So, but anyways, so that sale is now live. So now if I go to my demo store here, I don't have any products on sale, but if I refresh, I should see every product just went on sale. I also have these nifty little sale icons here. These are also generated by the app. I'm going to show you how that works a little bit later. And if I go into a product, there's also a sale icon on the product here that also comes from the app. So, okay, so that's just a basic store-wide sale. Let's do the next most common one, which is a category-specific sale. So I'm in the wrong one here, sorry. I'm going to pause this store-wide sale. And I don't have to delete it. I can leave it in here. Remember I was saying earlier, I can reuse it later if I want. So right now it's removing the sales from all of the products. But I'm going to leave this in here so on Monday, if I want to reuse it again, I can. So while that's doing that, I can go ahead and create another sale though. I'm going to call this my Sony sale. Basically, what I'm going to do is I want to make every product that's a Sony product on sale. This may or may not be something you do on Black Friday, but it's an interesting type of sale. You can run sales by brand or by collection or product type. So this particular case, I'm going to do Sony, and I am going to give this one an end date. So I'm going to set my start date. Well, let's do Thursday, because this is probably going to be a common start date for a lot of you guys. I'm going to do Thursday at 23:59, which is 11:59. That's 1 minute before midnight. And I always recommend people do 23:59. People often get confused, like, is 0:00, is that the next day, or is that the beginning of the day? Or is 24:00, is that midnight? So if you go 1 minute before or 1 minute after, there's no confusion. So this is basically midnight. This is 11:59 p.m. Thursday night. This sale is going to start. Okay. And just so you know, that time is based off of your store's time settings. So if you don't know what your store's time settings are, you can click over here on settings, and on the main settings page under general, if you scroll down, you can see what your store's time setting is at. So I can see this one here is on central time. So my app is this time here is also going to be based off of central time. Okay, and I'm going to give this an end date of Monday night at the exact same time. So it's going to basically end Monday at midnight. So this sale is going to run from the beginning of Black Friday in the middle of the night all the way through the weekend till Monday night. Okay, I'm going to choose to not bother overriding my cents. I'm going to make it 25% off, and I want to make this on all Sony products. So what I'm going to do, you can do it by collection. You might have a collection that's Sony products. Often collections are more category. So if I wanted to have it on all camera cases or all camera lenses, I would pick by collection. But vendor is what I want to use here. And I'm going to pick Sony, and I'm going to hit search. And I only have one Sony product in this store, but it wouldn't matter if I had thousands here or if I had one. All I would do is click select all results, and it's going to select every Sony product that came up in the search. Okay. Normally if you wanted to put all these Sony products on sale, you'd have to go in your store, sort by, like, find all product, brand equals Sony, change the price of every single product. It would literally take you hours. So you can kind of imagine how much of a time saver this is. So that's it. That's all I have to do to put that product on sale. I'm going to click create. And now it sits here. Where's my Sony sale? Down here. And it won't go on sale until the time. But if I want, I can force start this sale anytime. So if I wanted to start this early, or just for some reason I wanted to start it early, you can always manually start a sale just by clicking play. But if I didn't click play and I just sat here and waited, at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, it would start running. So you can be out partying and having your turkey, and the sales will kick off automatically. So that's updating right now. They're just finished. So now if I go to my store and I refresh, I should see, so my store-wide sale is gone, and here's a Sony product, and I can see that my Sony product is on sale. So it was, I'm not sure what it was before, but $7.49 now. And if I click on it, this sale has an end date, and I have the countdown timer enabled on my store. So it's also showing how long it is in days, hours, minutes, and seconds to when the sale is over. This is completely customizable. You can put this wherever you want on the product. I'm going to show you that in a little bit, just not right now, but just to kind of, the only thing I want to say right now on that is that is a feature if your sale has an end date. Believe it or not, one of the most common questions we get is, how come my countdown timer isn't showing? And the product doesn't actually have an end date. So the app has no idea how to say when it's going to end if there is no end date. So this only works if the product has an end date, and it's product specific too. So what's kind of cool about it is you can have 10 different sales running. I could have a sale on all Sony products that ends on Saturday. All Nikon products is going to end on Monday. And when I go on different products, the timer will be different. So you can't put it on the collection page because the products can vary on sale anytimes, product by product. So, okay. So that's how you do a category or brand specific sale. If I wanted to do it by category, collection, or type, I would have just used a different filter, just the same way I did by picking the brand Sony. So, okay. The next type of sale, well, it's not a different type of sale, but a really common thing people like to do is create categories in their store where sales automatically show up. So, for example, a lot of stores have a deals of the week section, or a daily deals section, or a clearance section. So one other thing this app can do, and an appropriate thing for this weekend might be, you might want to have a Thanksgiving week specials page. So when someone comes to your store, they don't have to hunt around and find where all the sales are. They literally can click on one page and they'll all be there. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's a pretty powerful tool. The first thing you want to do is, in your Shopify admin, create a collection that you're going to use for this. So I'm going to create a collection just called Thanksgiving, or let's just call it, Thanksgiving sales. And then you would set up this collection the same way you set up any other collection. You can give it a description, image, etc. But the key is you want to make it a collection that automatically adds products to it. And based off of the product tag, and you can create any tag you want here. For this one, I'm going to use product tag is turkey, let's just say. But that could be anything. That's completely up to you. The only thing I want to point out about the tags is it is case sensitive. So if I put a capital T here, later on in the app, when I'm creating the sale, I got to use a capital T. If I use a space, I got to use a space. So it's got to be letter for letter and case sensitive, exactly the same. So, okay, so I'm going to save this. I now just created my collection, but that doesn't show up in my store, right? So like if I go to my store here, there's no way that the customer can go to that. I know some of you guys know how to do this, but I'll just cover this really quick because it's a common question. You just go to navigation and you can put that page anywhere you want. You can put it in your footer. You can put it in your main menu. I'll put it in my main menu for now. So I'm going to add a link. It's going to be called, I'm just going to call it Thanksgiving deals. And I'm going to make it link to that collection. So find that collection here, Thanksgiving sales, and that's it. So I'm going to save that. Now, if I go back to the store and refresh, I'll see it up here. And maybe Thanksgiving deals is a bit too long of a word to use, but you get the idea. So now there's a section here. They can come and see everything that's on sale for Thanksgiving. So it's pretty cool. I mean, that's one of the main things customers look for when they go to a store is they look for what's new, what's the most popular selling items, and what's on sale. So you want to try to answer that question right away for customers, not making them search around your entire store. So I would click in here and find everything that's on sale, but we don't have anything on sale yet. So let's fix that. So I'm going to head back to the product discount app and let's create another sale. I'm going to actually pause this Sony one just for now. And I'm going to create another sale and I'm going to call this one Thanksgiving. And I'll give it a start and end date. We'll make it start tomorrow. We'll make it end on Monday. This is midnight. I'll just leave that for now. This is just a test purposes. I'm going to make this a 25% sale. And I'm going to select some products. For this one, I'm going to hand pick a couple products. I'm going to pick this product, and these 4 products. So you can do this too. You can hand pick individual products, still 100 times faster than manually going in and, if you went into your Shopify admin and changed this product 25% off, saved it, then change this one. We're doing it in bulk here. So even when you're hand picking products, it's still a huge time saver. When you get into using entire collections, like everything that's Kodak, and there's thousands of products, it's way more. But so for this case, let's do these 4 items. These are going to be my Thanksgiving sales. Now here's the key. Right here where it says discount tag, I want to put in the tag here to make them go into that collection I just created. And so that tag was turkey. So I'm just going to write turkey in here. And the only thing I wanted to point out too was you can use this for multiple reasons, right? So we're having a Thanksgiving sale, but we can have, it could be any tag you want in here as well too. So there is a video on here as well too, if you click on this, that kind of shows a little more how this works. But okay, so if I save that, the only thing I got to do is just remove the cents here because I'm not overriding the cents. And if I create that, now I have that Thanksgiving sale sitting here. It's ready to go live, but it's not the time yet, but I'm going to force start it. So I'm going to click play on that. So that's running through the store. The only thing different now is it's putting all those products on sale, but it's also adding the tag turkey to those products. Okay. So once that's done updating, just takes a minute or so. Let's see if they're there yet. Oh, not yet. Usually it takes, well, this is going to be something we talk about, but we always recommend if you have an important sale that you're kicking off, you do a test sale, kind of depending on the number of products and how it does, the way the batch jobs work. It's a good idea to do a test because as I mentioned, it can take anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes to, if you have tens of thousands of products, it literally can sometimes take an hour to put your entire store on sale. So the only way to actually know how long is to do a test. So, okay. So anyways, it's done now. So now if I go back to my store, here's my Thanksgiving page. I'm going to refresh. And now we see that there's 4 items on sale in my Thanksgiving sales page. Now, these items will still be in their normal places in the store. So if someone goes to your catalog, you can still see all the items here. It doesn't take them out or anything like that. All it does is it also shows them in a Thanksgiving deals page. So it's basically an aggregate of collection of any product that's on sale. So your customers don't have to hunt around. They can find what's on sale. Now, when these items go off sale, the app will remove the tags from the product and they'll also disappear from this collection here. So it's kind of cool. You don't have to manually put them in and out of collections and create sale categories and put them in it. It just does it all automatically. So yeah, and as I mentioned, there's a lot of different ways we've seen people do this. This is how people do daily deals. So if you have a daily deals tab up here and every day you're running different specials, use the tag daily deal and they'll automatically go in here. You set the sale to run for 24 hours. When the sale's off, it'll disappear out of the daily deals. And what's cool, if you have the countdown timer on, they can see how many minutes and seconds are left on that daily deal as well too. So we say daily deals, but it really does everything. It can be weekly deals, deals of the month, clearance, special, whatever. So okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the sales timer and those icons, which I kind of briefly touched on. The first thing I want to talk about is the countdown timer. Just so you know too, one thing I want to point out, the sales timer and the sales icons, when you install the app, they both don't just work automatically. There is a little bit of a Liquid update. It's fairly easy to do. If you go to the app and you click on need help, click on Liquid instruction, you can get the instructions here. But if you're not comfortable with code at all, we can do it for you. We charge $10 for the time to do it, but we always tell people if you uninstall the app within a couple of days or it doesn't work for you, we refund the $10. It's literally just to cover our time of doing the install. But the main thing I want to point out right now is that there is a Liquid install required. A lot of people say, hey, my clock isn't working. And 90% of the time it's just that the Liquid hasn't been installed in your store. So once the Liquid's installed, this clock is completely customizable. I'll show you where you do that. You under customizations, seems obvious, and then under sales clock. So basically what it is it's really just a block of HTML that you can control the styling and the formatting. So the way it reads is customizable. So I have it on kind of this whole sentence format, but I can change it to, rather than counting down, I can just have a static statement. Sale ends Friday, November 28th. So if I change that and then refresh this page, it's no longer going to count down. It's just going to be a static statement. So however you want to format that is completely up to you. Some people don't like the live ticking clock in front of their customers. But I will say this though, that it definitely increases conversion. So It seems a little bit, I might be tacky or annoying. You have this clicking down clock, but from a customer's standpoint, when you see that there's 3 hours and 21 minutes left on sale, it definitely increases the urgency and conversion. So I encourage people to have the live countdown timer. Then as far as styling goes, there's some basic styling you can do to match it to the branding of your store. So if I wanted to change this to a nice kind of Christmassy red there, and let's say I want to make my font size 16 rather than 13. So these are the basic style settings. If I want to make that box bigger, I would make my padding 15 rather than 5. And that, let's see what that looks like. It's probably not going to look the greatest, but you'll see what it does. So it makes it big. My font's bigger and the box is bigger. You can customize this if you're comfortable with CSS. You can customize this however you want. We've seen some pretty cool clocks. That's all done down in here where it says custom CSS. So for example, like one of the things I can't do up here is, let's say, border radius. I've seen people add gradients. People make it look like clocks. You can really do whatever you want, but you can put any CSS you want in down here. So let's just say I did border radius of 5 pixels. So let's save that. Now I go back to the product, refresh it, and you can see that now it has a nifty little border radius. So I think you get the idea, though, that it's completely up to you how that gets customized. The app kind of generates the clock inside it, but you can match it to your store's theme and color however you like. Okay, that's it for the clock. I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but you can put the clock anywhere you want to. The snippet that gets included on your product.liquid file is this snippet right here. And right now I have it above the product, but I could put it down here under the description. I could put it in the footer. I can really put it anywhere I want on this product page if you don't want it to be such a big, ugly clock on the main part of the page. You can change that as well too. So it doesn't have to show up here. You can kind of put it in the description anywhere you want. So, okay. Now I want to move along to the sales icons. This is a pretty cool feature, and it's actually a lot more than just icons, what most people don't know. So first of all, a lot of themes have sales icons built into them. So the first thing you want to check is in your store, if you run a sale, excuse me, do sale icons automatically show? If they do, don't use our icons. Well, you could, but then you'll have 2 icons on the product and it kind of looks tacky, but that's up to you. So if you want to turn the icons off, you just check over here and turn those off. If you do want them on, we have kind of a set selection here that you can use. You pick what you want to use for the product, what you want to use for the collection, and that'll show on the product and collection. You can also use your own custom icons. And the way you use your custom icons, if I scroll down here, is by inserting this snippet anywhere on your product page. So it would be the same way you insert your icon snippet, you insert this custom HTML snippet. And basically what this does, it's basically just saying if a product is on sale, then show whatever is in here. Now this can be a block of text. Like a good example a lot of people do is they say all sales are final on products on sale, or inventory like while supplies last, or something like that. So then when the item goes on sale, this message appears, and when the item's off sale, it disappears. You can use as many of these as you want. So you can use one that's a message, one that's an icon, one that's a big banner, and I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm going to copy this here, and I'm going to go to the theme setting of this store, and I'm just going to go to the product.liquid. And all I'm going to do is I have here where the page description is. I'm going to paste this just underneath that. And so what's going to show here is item is on sale. If a product's on sale, it's going to show that. If it's not, it won't show that. And I'm just going to make this an H3, so it's just a little bit bigger. All right, and I'm going to save that. So now if I go back to our live store, so down here, just first of all to show you, there's nothing down here, but I'm going to refresh the page. Now it says item is on sale. So now any product that's on sale is going to have this message here. Now this doesn't have to just be one line. This can be an entire paragraph, an image, a banner, whatever you want. So any message you want to put on products that are on sale, that's the method you would use it. This example up here, this image that says this is example of a sale countdown timer, that's actually I did that the same way too. So the way you would put an image in there is just using the HTML image source, and whatever image you put whatever image you want in there. So you have to know a little bit about HTML if you're going to put an image in, but it's pretty basic. Then as far as the icons go, just so you know too, they're also completely customizable as far as location, where they show up. Let's just jump back there real quick. And I'm not going to spend too much on this customization stuff because it's kind of one of those things where if you're good with CSS, you know what, if you're not, you're not. And if you don't know how to get your sale icons to line up and look good on your product, just let us know and we can do it for you. Like I said, we can install everything on it. There is that Liquid page where you can request us to do it. But a lot of times people have their designers and they want to customize it how they want. So for example, this product here, I'm going to move this image down. I'm going to move it up. So my margin top is -10. I'm going to change that to -40. And I'm going to save this just to show you what that does. If I jump back to the page here, watch where this sale icon is here. I refresh and it just jumped up. So you can, the point is you can put it anywhere you want on the image or on the page. It's completely customizable. If we install it for you, we like to kind of just put it over the corner of an image, kind of is the standard. But if you're using a custom image, it's like a big banner, maybe it's like a ribbon that comes across the corner of the image. You obviously want to style it so it lines up properly on the image. So you can do all that with CSS. So I'm going to just go ahead and put that back to the way it was. Okay. So that's how you customize the sale icons. I talked a little bit about the sales clock. So the sales clock only shows if it's a product that has an ending date. Sale icons will always show if you have it turned on. And then there's the sales custom message that will always show as well too, regardless if there's an end date or anything like that. So, okay, the next thing I want to quickly touch on, it's a really common question. It's how do you do buy one, get one freeze, or spend $100, get a free something. It's a common way people use the product discount app. You also have to have the upsell app to do it, because the way it actually works is the discount app creates the discount or the free items, but the offer is done as an upsell. So if you have the upsell app, you can do these types of sales. And just so you know too, the upsell app comes with a 30-day free trial. So I mean, if you installed it today and you used it through Black Friday weekend, that's fine by us. Hopefully you decide you like it and want to keep it, but you definitely can install it and use it. We find most people with the upsell app make a lot more than the $9 a month in upsells anyway. So, but anyways, that's a whole nother story. But I'll show you how it works. When you're creating a product or a sale, all you would do is, so the most common one is I want to make a product 100. I want to make it free. So I want to actually make it 100% off. But the key is I don't want that product to show up in my store for anyone to buy for free. So this app, if I was making a product free, I would go through my regular steps here. I would select the product. I would make it 100% off. And then I would make sure I check this box right here, which is duplicate and hide. So what that does is let's say a product is $19.99 and I check duplicate and hide. It's going to leave the original $19.99 product on my store. It won't touch it, but it'll create a duplicate of that product and it'll make it hidden. Not hidden in the normal way. Like the normal way, when you create a product, there is an option to hide that product. But if you actually do it in the Shopify admin, you can't check out with that product. So it's a little bit of a different way that it's unique to this app. Excuse me. but it allows the customer to check out with an invisible product essentially. And again, there is a liquid update required for this. If you don't do the liquid update and you check this box and you create the sale, that free item will just be plainly visible for anyone to buy on your store, or I guess not buy, get for free. So you want to make sure your liquid's done, and I would just click create, and so that creates the free product. Then what I do is I go to my upsell app, and I have a store here that has the upsell app. So I'm going to jump in here, and I would create an offer to use that free product. So let me show you one. I have one set up here. I have a offer that when someone spends $100, well, between 100 and a million, so basically 100 or more, they're going to get a free lens pen. So let me show you what that looks like. It's pretty simple. You create a little bit of marketing text. So you tell the customer, good news, you're getting a free lens pen because you spent $100. Here's a free pen. You enter some other basic settings, pick the product you want to give away. And the key is when you pick the product, you want to pick that free product that you created with the product discount app. So I actually did that before this webinar. So there was a regular lens pen in the store, and then I created a sale for 100% off. I made it duplicated and hidden. And so that's the free one right here. So that's the one I want to check. So it's not visible in my store, but I can see it in the app here. And I just select it, and I already have it selected over here. And then I select, what do I want the customer to have to do to trigger that offer? So if it's a buy something, get it free, you can say trigger this offer if any of these products are in the cart. So I can select a product. So I can say if a customer buys this Canon Rebel camera, they get the free lens pen. Or if they buy, I can add multiple products, right? So I can say if the customer buys, let's just say I say Nikon, any Nikon product, they get a free lens pen. So you can run different promotions, of course. Oh yeah, sorry. Ron is sitting beside me and just has a point. Just to note too, so often people don't see the free product. You may have to search through the pages. Well, this store here doesn't have more than one, but to find the free product, basically. That's just a common question, is people are looking for the free product. They go alphabetically. So this is a C camera lens pen. So if your store has 1,000 products, just find it alphabetically is what I'm trying to say. So, okay. So this is my trigger. So I can trigger, sorry. So as I mentioned, by product, so however many they're buying, and then I can say however many. So let's say I want to do it, if you buy 2 cameras, you get a free tripod or something like that. So I can also specify how many of this product they have to buy. What I did here is I just made it simple. I just used a price range, and I just said, if the cart total is between $100 and $1 million, which again, it's basically just like saying spend more than $100. You can make this 10 million or whatever you want here. Give this free product. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to go to the store, and I'm going to go to the catalog, and I'm going to buy something that is more than $100. So I've got this Canon camera here. I'm going to add this to cart. Now, when I add it to cart, this is the upsell app right here, this pop-up. So it's just saying good news, free lens pen. And this, I'm going to just jump back to the upsell app real quick. That message comes from here. So I created a message saying good news, free pen. This is an example of a BOGO offer. And that's, of course, that whole message is customizable by you. It's free, and I can obviously accept it, and then it adds it to the cart. Now, if the customer no longer, if they're trying to be sneaky and get that lens pen for free and remove the original item that they bought to get it, the app will also take that lens pen out. So if they're not buying the item that qualifies them to get it free, it gets removed from the cart. So if you have the upsell app, you can use the two in conjunction with each other and create the deals, the specials with the discount app, and then go crazy and create your upsells with the upsell app. So we call them BOGOs, but they're not necessarily BOGOs. It's buy a product, get something free, spend something, get something free, all like that kind of thing. So That's a very common question, so I wanted to cover that. So, okay, so that's mainly it. There's a lot of sales you can run with this app, but I'm not going to go over them all today. The main reason I wanted to have this webinar today is we literally get hundreds of questions on the Thursday before Black Friday, and everyone's saying, how do I set up my sale and how do I do this? So we just wanted to cover a couple main ones. Obviously, the store-wide sale is a big one. We see some pretty unique sales on Black Friday. I see people setting them up where they run, 80% off from 12 a.m. till 3 a.m. and they do something where, from 3 a.m. till 6 a.m. it's 40% off. It's kind of like the tier discounts. Only thing I would say about that is just make sure you do a test run, because the app does take a few minutes to start and stop a sale. So if you are doing a tiered sale like that, you do need to leave a little bit of time between the sales, because it's not instant. So, but anyways, the sky's the limit with what kind of sales you can run. I just wanted to cover a few different ones and how you can automatically put products in categories on your store when they're on sale. Those are the most common questions we get. The other thing I just wanted to cover is how to make sure your sales kick off successfully. And I know I mentioned this one already, but test. It's very important that do a test, create the sale you want to create, and start it. Make sure it works. Yes, when you run the sale, it will actually put the products on sale. If you want, though, you can put it at 1% discount, or you can actually put it at 0% discount. It actually won't change the products, but the sale timer will still work. The sale icons will still work. So when you do the test, as soon as you know that it's worked, stop the sale. It'll remove the discounts from the sale and nothing will be left on sale. But we always encourage people to do that before a big day. Like if Black Friday, you are running a sale and you created the sale and you've never tested it to make sure it worked, it could be dangerous. So the other thing is the way the discount app works, and I'm going to try to not get too technical, but just at a very high level, the way the discount works is when you put a product on discount with our app, it adds a meta field to the product that it uses to know that that product is on sale. When the sale is over, or you want to end the sale, the app looks for products that have that meta field, and then it takes them off of sale. There is ways that those meta fields can get erased in Shopify. When you edit products, they can get erased. When you do imports, they can get erased. If you take a product that's on sale and you duplicate it and make like another copy of that product, it won't have the same meta fields. Long story short, it's a good idea to avoid doing any type of editing on products, imports, anything like that while you have a live sale running, just to reduce the risk of meta fields getting erased. And then when you end the sale on the app won't know what product's on sale, and basically those products would be stuck on sale. It's not the end of the world if a product gets stuck on sale. You can manually go in to a product in Shopify and obviously change the price back. It's no fun when the sale maybe was on 1,000 products and you have to do it all. One thing we recommend, if you want to be 100% sure that you can revert your prices if you're doing any editing through the weekend while you run a sale, is do an export of all your products before Black Friday. That way, if you run your sale and if someone else is in editing products or doing anything, you have a copy of the non-sale version of all your products on your site. It's just a good idea. There's a 99% chance you'll never need that. But if something ever happens and you, for some reason, edit whatever, it doesn't hurt. So there are some people that are worried. They're like, well, what if someone edits a product and it loses connection? And we say, well, you know what? Just do an export. Exports are free. Just keep a copy, and it's a good idea to always do one anyway, and just keep a copy on your local computer of an export. And if something does happen, you can just re-import it back in. And Ron is saying an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Because if you guys don't do exports and things go wrong, you'll probably be talking to Ron. So anyways, yeah, I actually would recommend that to everyone. Before Black Friday, do an export, and just in case. So the last thing I just want to point out is regarding coupons. Coupons will work while sales are on. There's no way around that. We don't as an app, we actually have no ability to disable coupons in your store. That's just not a function of the API. We would love to, and as soon as that is, we will definitely add that feature into the app. But right now, it's not possible. We just physically can't do it. So just a heads up, when you run a sale, coupons still work like normal. If you want to disable coupons or turn them off or delete them or anything, you can do that. You have to do it in Shopify. So you have to go into Shopify into the discounts or coupon section and remove them in there. You might be fine with it. That's a normal thing. If you have a coupon and you go to a store, they still allow you to use it if it's on sale. But anyways, that's your policy. You can handle that as you want. But I just want to let you know that coupons will work just like normal, even while there is a sale on. So that's all I wanted to cover today. We're at our 45-minute time mark here. Just quickly before I go, I know Ron's sitting beside me. He's been typing away like crazy. You guys have been awesome, and just looks like there's a ton of questions here. Don't hesitate to email afterwards if you guys have any questions. I will also be sending out a recording of this webinar. But just real quickly, if anyone does have a question that they want to verbally ask, you're welcome to click the raise hand button now, and we can do that. If not, that's not a problem. I realize a lot of people are often shy to ask things out loud. Like I said, we'll email everyone the copy of the webinar, and you can definitely email any questions after that. Our goal is for you guys that your sales are a success this weekend. So if there's anything you're unclear on or don't understand, don't hesitate to ask. Today is Wednesday, so email today or email tomorrow. But starting on Black Friday, that's when it's rain or shine. So thanks for watching, guys. If it doesn't look like anyone's raising their hands for questions, so which is quite normal. Often people are shy. So. But like I said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email them, and I will be following up and emailing all of you guys a copy of this webinar as well too. So, you know what? Someone did just raise their hand. So hang on one second here before we go. I'm going to Christine here has a question, and fire away. Christine?
Hi.
Hey, I noticed you raised your hand and have a question. So you're unmuted now, so you can go ahead and ask it.
Okay, I was just wondering, what would you suggest would be the best Black Friday sale advice? Like, what would be the best to use with this?
Like what type of sale to run?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, by far the most common one is just a store-wide sale. But what I think is really effective is multiple from midnight. Do something where like from midnight till 10 a.m. the entire store is, and I don't know your profit margins, but the entire store is 50% off, let's say. And then from 10 till 6 p.m. the entire store is 40% off. And then from 6 p.m. to midnight the entire store is 30% off. I notice a lot of larger stores doing this, and I think they try to kind of create that whole urgency, shop early, because people have a limited amount of money they're going to spend on Black Friday. So if you can get them to shop on your store earlier, like if you just run a sale, it's 50% off all day, people will think, well, I'll go and I'll shop there at 10 o'clock at night after I get home from work. But if they if they know that your best sales are early in the morning, they'll shop with you first before they start shopping around, if you know what I mean.
Yes, thank you very much. That much appreciated.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if you have any questions about setting those sales up, you can email us later and we can definitely help you with that. But that's my opinion. That's what I think is the most effective one.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I see one more hand up here. We have Helene or Helen. Not sure the exact pronunciation, but I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Helene, so you can go ahead. Helene or Helen? Helen Goldberg? I might have lost you. Okay, not a problem.
Her question was, how soon is the recording going to be available?
Okay. Okay. So she typed it in. The question was, how soon will the recording be available? Just so you guys know, when we end this webinar, it usually actually takes about 20 minutes for it to render. So we'll be emailing it out within the hour, I'm going to say. So doesn't look like there's any others for now. Okay. So we'll leave it at that, and wish you guys all the best for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. It's I know it's exciting around here. We have our staff on basically 24 hours a day, starting Thursday all the way to Monday. So if you guys have questions, we're going to do our best to try to be here for you. So it's really like the Super Bowl of